guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with my decorative collage strips. Now this is a printable that I've got in my shop. We did make some collage edge strips together. I'm pretty sure we did. But these are some printables that I've actually got, which are collage edge strips. And I thought we would come along and we'll have a play and just do some collage edge strip you know, ideas and kind of, you know, just have a look at some of the different things that you could do with them. So what you get is you get pages with them, like what I would call full size. Now I've printed these. I've got these which are thicker. These are, I think, 200 GSM. And then I've got these which are printed on, I think this is 120 GSM paper. So they're thicker than copy paper, but you get the full size images. And they have got this, you know, not necessarily this, but, you know, they've got pretty background pages with them like that. And then you also get smaller versions, which are like 2 to a page, if you see what I mean. Then again, they've obviously got the, you know, the background page in, you know, in with them as well. So yeah, I thought we'd just come along and explore some of the different things that you could do with these. Now, I mean, obviously you know, you could just cut these down and use them as, you know, completely individual strips. So if I just kind of, you know, we're going to cut them down and we're going to use them in a variety of ways. So if I just take this one, for example, oops. Okay, so you've got this strip. Now, you could obviously use this like this, or you could obviously cut it down and make it much thinner. Again, you know, completely up to you how you would use it. But you could then, you know, use this just individually on its own by putting maybe some lace down the edge. And I've obviously put some lace along and things. Or some ribbon or something like that. So just, you know, very, very, very simple decoration. And you could have this, you know, obviously, as the name suggests, as an edge strip on the edge of a page. I'm just literally having a look around to see what I've got to pull in to demonstrate this on a page. So this is a journal that I'm currently working on. So just to give you, you know, the idea here, on the edge of a, oops, on the edge of a page like this. And obviously, you know, you could just decorate that up with a bit of lace. Or you could decorate it up with a bit of ribbon. So I'm just reaching behind me where I've got some ribbon. Okay, so just, you know, gather some ribbon or something down the edge. Maybe the purple is nicer. There we go, like that. And to be honest, you know, you could even just staple your ribbon on, which would just look super pretty. So like that. You could then have it, you know, in the middle of the page, more like a belly band. So let's just decorate this one up, showing you, and then we'll go on to some other, you know, ideas and suggestions as well. So we'll start with this one. Now, let me just get some ink to ink this up. So this is Vintage Photo. Oops. So we just go around the edges like that. Now, like I say, I've left this one with the edge, decorative edge on there. Of course, you know, if you wanted a different look, you wanted to make it skinnier, you could obviously cut the decorative edge off. I personally quite like having that, you know, but I guess it will depend really what look you're going for, whether you would want that or not really. So let's take, we said the purple looked better, didn't we? So we'll take the purple. Now I'm just going to dovetail, oops, dovetail the ribbon. Oh my goodness, my scissors are completely blunt. Oh no, I thought, well, if I go, oh gosh, they are not good. Hold on a second, I've got some other scissors. They are like the bluntest scissors ever. I think they're okay for paper, but definitely not okay for fabric. So, right, there we go. Right. So, yeah, you could obviously staple this down the edge, which I think would look really, really nice. Unfortunately, my stapler is packed up at the moment. You know, I'm filming this as I'm moving out, you know, for while we're renting our house out. So, of course, I can't use my stapler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use my hot glue gun. So now when I use my hot glue for things like this, I tend to start at the bottom. Oops. I don't know whether that's because I'm right-handed, so it kind of like makes sense for me to, you know, work my way in this direction. Yeah, I don't know whether it really makes a difference which handed you are, but I seem to find it easiest to start at the bottom. So just go straight down the side with my hot glue. Oh, my glue gun's not been on very long, I'm afraid, so it's not really, oh, it's not really hot enough. It's not really squirting out. Right, let me just peel that back off. Let me just squeeze my hot glue gun for a couple of minutes to get it, you know, really running. It's just, yeah, where I've only just switched it on. Well, perhaps we'll come back to that in a minute. We'll just give it a couple of minutes to actually, you know, heat up really. Then obviously you could, you know, you could mix that up. You could have a postage stamp or something like that in there, or, you know, anything else that you wanted on there. I'm just having a look around to see what I've got that might be pretty. I've got some bows. Maybe a bow would be really nice on there. So, you know, very, very, very pretty, aren't they? And, you know, really elegant looking. And literally that's taken nothing at all to decorate that up. Let's see if my hot glue is going to be any better now. Okay, right. It's still not brilliant, but hopefully we're getting there. So let's just, oops. Okay, right. Let's give it another try. Okay. Because when you're kind of gathering up things, you know, you do want a reasonable amount of glue, otherwise it doesn't really work. It's not working because it's not really coming out well enough yet. Right, we'll have to come back to that, I'm afraid, because it's not working properly yet. So we'll put that to one side. Okay, so moving on from that, let's take the next one. Oops. Take the next one. And again, I'm just going to chop that in, keeping like a half size of the decorative background paper, like that. Now, obviously, I've not used my paper trimmer, and well, I don't have a paper trimmer, but yeah, I've obviously just cut this freehand, so it's possibly not the straightest, but it's okay. Right, and then we'll just go in and again ink that up. Whoops. Like that. And then what you could do is mix it with another paper. So here, for example, this is my opulent teal. Obviously, as you can see, this one has had a bit of a mishap with the printer, and you know, I've got this weird thing going on down the side, but that's fine because this will cover up, you know, whatever it is going on down the side. And, you know, ordinarily I wouldn't really have even put these two papers together, but oh my goodness, doesn't that look so pretty? So if I just pop that there and then I just cut this down here. Now I've just cut it over slightly so that I can just go over slightly because I felt like I hadn't quite eliminated all of that weird printing effect. So yep, come down like that. Okay. And then literally you could then glue this onto there, just going around on those edges. Again, you know, you wouldn't have to glue it, you could stitch this, but I'm just using glue like that. Okay. Oops. Now, I don't think I've made a very good job of doing this very straight, but we can tidy it up in a minute. So, yep, squish that one down. Now, I've got some postage stamps here to the side of me. So this one, you know, pretty good kind of colour match, isn't it, to this down here. So I'm just kind of bringing the colour together tying the colour in from one side to the next. Actually, I don't think it really needs it. Honestly, I'm like determined to use these postage stamps, and now I'm thinking, oh, perhaps it looks better without them. Perhaps it looks better without them. But what I have got is I've got this sari silk, which, whoa, what a brilliant colour match that is. So, oh, weird, it's got this stitching, which actually is colour match for the teal as well. Now, this is quite wide. So, yeah, I might even get away with actually taking this down and tearing it in half. So, let's be really super stingy, because then I'm, making this go even further. So I was thinking put it on this edge, but to be honest, you could put it on this edge, which then of course would, bring the purple in, or, this pinky type colour in on the other edge. But anyway, right, let me see if my hot glue is now playing. Okay, right. So I'm just going to again wrinkle this. Now I'm not going to go right the way down on this one here. I'm going to come about halfway. Well, probably 2/3, so to about here. Okay, so just going down like that. So exactly as we did with the ribbon, just gathering this, along that side. Oops. Like that. Ooh. Just going to peel that up because, I think I've twisted it in now. Obviously not making a very good job of this, but I'm sure you get the idea. Even if my execution's not the best, but like this. Okay. Like that, and then this here. Like that. Okay, now I'm just going to trim this down here at the top. Oops. Like that. Oh my gosh. Isn't that just the most awesome colour? Oh, I love it. Really, really, really love that colour. If I had anything teal, I'm just having a look to see if I have. Ooh, just got this chipboard. And that might be kind of quite nice, mightn't it, to just put that on there, which is tying then the, the two colours. So, yeah, this is just one of those chipboard tiles. We made these in a mass making. And, yeah, I'm just going to pop that one down there. To be honest, you could have punched a hole in that and attached it with a bulb pin or something, but I'm just going to put it down like that. I've put it slightly skew-iff, because I think that kind of adds to it and makes it look quite pretty. Now, let's just see whether we want anything else. I've just got some other bits here. I've just got this butterfly, which actually, again, just happens to be a good colour. I can't remember now. I think these butterflies are in the... I'm trying to think what the kit's called. I think there's some of these in the Rose Park. So let's just take that down like that. Okay. Yeah, I actually think these decorative edge strips, they're way more versatile, and useful than you first think. Because once you start sort of looking at them, you think, oh, actually, I could do this. Oh, I could do that. And all these other ideas, come to mind once you start using them. So, oops, it's easy to kind of view them as just, belly bands or edge strips at first. But actually, once you start looking, more and more sort of ideas come to you for using these kind of collage strips. So there we go. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look so pretty? So yeah, let's just pop that butterfly down there. So, like I say, this is not necessarily like colours that I would have, automatically put together. but oh my goodness, don't they just work beautifully together? Absolutely loving how they look. And then, you know, you could decorate this further, or, you know, change the appearance of this further by just rounding your corners and things. So, you know, you don't have to just leave it as it is. You can just go in with, you know, just these very subtle changes that will just bring the whole thing, you know, to a different level. Now I'm just having a look to see if I've got, oh, yep, a bit of bling. I thought there would be some bling somewhere laying around on the desk. Oops, there we go. To just pop that down in that butterfly. Okay. Oops. Like that. Oh my goodness. How lovely does that look? So you've just got this big roomy pocket there. And of course, when you glue this down, I mean, I've made a shocking job of the edge there. But when you glue it down, you could glue it on like 3 sides, and you'd have then a double pocket because you'd have one that side and one that side. You could do it just top and bottom, sorry, and you'd have then a belly band. So just to show you how this would kind of look on a page. Oops, like that. Now, obviously, this is full height because we've used the, you know, the full height edge strips. There are, don't forget, the smaller ones. So if you wanted to make a smaller version of this, of course you could. But isn't that gorgeous? Obviously, you could trim this edge down and make it slimmer if you wanted. But, you know, I think it's quite nice being large. You could put it on the edge here. So it's still then an edge strip. But you'd have your pocket then this side and then this side here. So, I mean, how easy was that to make? It literally took seconds. So let's finish this one now. My hot glue is playing. So, like that. Yeah, I mean, you need plenty of the hot glue when you're doing things like this, because your fabric or your sari silk or your ribbon, it sort of slides to crinkle it up against the hot glue, if that makes sense. So if it's not really kind of like seeping out, you know, and enough's coming out, it's not going to get that smooth gliding thing going on, and then, you know, your ribbon won't kind of crease. Well, these are my new scissors, I think, and they're not wanting to cut either. That's very strange. Right, okay, so maybe it's something about the ribbon. Maybe it's just me today. And then, you know, you could just have this ribbon. Actually, I quite like it halfway down. So let's just pop that down there. Like that. How gorgeous is that one? So I will just put this to one side, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look and see how these look. Oops. How these look in a minute. So that's that one. Okay, so using that same sheet of paper, so still at the moment sticking with the, you know, the larger ones. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this one. Now, I happen to have a scrap here from the mass making that we did recently. Now, it just looks like it's the right sort of size to go round here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this down the full width. So cutting it right down against here, like that. Okay, like that. And then this, it's just an offcut from something we were doing in the mass making. But this could then slide on, oops, to form a little belly band around your decorative edge strip, if that makes sense. So I will glue this together and then I will glue it on. I just want to decide whereabouts I want it. So yeah, I'm going to glue it together. Do I want it that way? Probably doesn't matter. I'll just check that I wouldn't prefer it the other way around, actually. I wouldn't even have to have the join, but no, I do prefer it this way around. So, and you know, you can probably see again, this is, you know, purples and things, which, you know, not necessarily something I would have, you know, automatically sprung to mind to go with this particular colour edge strip. But oh my goodness, doesn't it look lovely? Actually, I'm going to glue it down here because otherwise I'm going to end up gluing it onto you know, the edge strip itself. And then I'll slide it on. But yeah, you can see, I mean, it's not the colour, you know, that you'd automatically think of putting together, is it? Definitely, I wouldn't anyway. But my goodness, doesn't it look gorgeous? Which goes to show sometimes, you know, it's our own limiting, you know, what we've kind of like always done that limits our creativity, isn't it? You know, I wouldn't have ever put this colour wise with that, but oh my goodness, doesn't it look gorgeous? So we can slide that over there like that. Now just want to decide whereabouts you want to have it. I mean, you could even have it up the top if you wanted, but I think it looks better down here. Maybe like maybe, oh, I don't know now, maybe there, something like that. Now, determined to use these postage stamps, so let's bring those back in again. So yeah, a couple of purple ones here, which, you know, again, as you know, as I said, I've got like the purple going on, so maybe something like that. Maybe that's not quite purple enough. Maybe that one's better. Oh, it's weird because that actually seems like that's quite a bright purple. Oh, would you believe it? None of them are looking quite the right colour, but, well, something like that, I suppose. You know, I'm just tying the purple in, really, from the, or perhaps we'll just have two purple ones. Just tying the purple in, really, from the piece here. Now, I've also got, now, these ones I don't think I have got anywhere in my shop yet, so these will be coming hopefully soon. I don't think. Just going to cut this out though, but I do have, you know, I do have my shoes set too, which do have purple shoes in. So yeah, if you were wanting any kind of shoe type images, I've got those. So just take that down. You know, this is brilliant because I'm just literally using up a scrap that was laying around, you know, from the mass making that we did recently. So, you know, it's not, yeah, it's not like I've had to seek anything out or anything. It's just something that was laying about, you know, this little bit here. But it makes like the perfect little belly band, doesn't it? Now, do we like that? Or do we think that's weird and doesn't really go? I mean, I do quite like it, strangely. So maybe even in the middle. I don't know whether I like those postage stamps, if I'm truthful. Right. I've still got the purple ribbon here. So because we've got the purple on there, what we could do is maybe top it, top and bottom, with the purple ribbon. What do we think? Oh, I don't know now. Just going to check, or maybe we should have it topped, top and bottom with the sari silk. What do we think? Oh, decisions. Oh, let's go for the ribbon, shall we? I wish I had my stapler here because, yeah, I love the stapled ribbon look. I don't know what is going on with my scissors, honestly. Oh, I must have swapped them for these. So even though these are covered in paint and look really awful, they're actually less blunt than these that look like a brand new pair, but they're obviously not. Okay, right. So we want to glue this down at the back so that it's no longer moving around, obviously. So make sure you've got it roughly, you know, positioned where you want it, and then just run a little bit of glue there to keep it in place like that. Okay. Oh, you know what I'm now thinking, actually? Maybe what we should have is just, oh, I don't know. I was going to say maybe we should have a buckle instead. So let's just have a look here. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, why Why do I do things like this on camera? I find things like this so fiddly. Oh, but I do love the look. Right. So just check in whether we prefer something more like that. About like that. I do really like that, it's got to be said. I do really like that, yeah. I quite like it in the middle. I know that sounds strange and very boring, but yeah, I love how that looks in the middle. So just going to glue this down here. Oops, in the middle. Oh my goodness. Oh, I've mucked about with that ribbon. The ribbon's not laying flat, so that's annoying. Oh no, and that's now not in the middle. What am I doing? Oh, come on. Right, okay. Now, what you can do is cut your ribbon off, or what you could do is obviously take your ribbon around the back, which sometimes, you know, gives you a neater finish. I think it depends on, you know, the piece that you're doing, but yeah, for this one, I'm going to take it around the back. So, like that. Okay. Oops. And that's just my 3-in-1 glue that I'm using there. So we've got that at the bottom. Now at the top, thinking maybe we should have the ribbon at the top, but ruffled. What do we think? Yeah, I think that might be quite nice. So, right, again, dovetail this. Actually, just before I try this, just going to check that I wouldn't prefer the sari silk. No, I'm going to go for the ribbon, I think. So, yeah, let's take the ribbon. And then just... Okay. Honestly, this whole ruffling of the ribbon or the sari silk or anything else really, it's such a lovely way to decorate and finish things off. I really do love it. So, right, let's just dovetail this, but, you know, very close, hopefully. Oops. Oh, maybe I'm not going to be able to dovetail this at all. I seem to be struggling to cut it. Oh, there we go. Right, so, yeah, that will do. And then here, I think, I have the shoe. It's quite pretty. Yeah, something like that. What I would like is a purple flower, but unfortunately I don't think I've got any purple flowers or anything. Like I say, because I've packed up a lot of my stuff to take with me whilst we're moving out of our house for the week. So, yeah. Oh, that's a shame, because a purple flower would have been awesome on here. I'm just having a look to see if I've got anything else purple. Do I have anything else at all? Just having a look behind my desk. Hold on. I do have this. Oh, that's just weird, isn't it? Yeah. No, not really working. Oh, how annoying. Yeah, that's very annoying. Do you have... no, that's not quite right, is it? No. Got some of my little ribbon pieces. These are just the little ribbon sets that I sell in my shop on my website. No. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Right, okay, so I'm going to go with this shoe. I'm not really convinced, if I'm truthful. I feel like it would benefit from something different really here, but yeah, going to, I think, go for that. I'm going to just double check that I haven't got anything else. I mean, I have got the other... No, that's just weird, isn't it? Right, let's just put the shoe down. So yeah, okay. So just going to hot glue that down, and it just covers up that join and things like that. So yeah, and then of course you could make your tuck in, you know, your piece to tuck in from more of the decorative edge strips, which what did I do with that other single sheet? Aha, here we go. So yeah, I mean, you could make, oh, that's a bit thin, isn't it? You could make, cut this one down. Okay. Yeah, so what we could do is cut it down here, for example, getting rid of the edge pieces this time. Like that. Obviously, these are the 2 to a page pieces. And then that's just the right size to tuck in, just like a little journal card, really. So, and then we could just literally round the corners of this. Obviously, this is not coffee dyed or inked or anything like that on the other side. But, you know, of course, you could do that as well. So just going to round the corners. You know, very, very, very simplistic things that we're doing. I mean, you could back it onto some coffee dyed paper or some fly sheet or something like that, you know, if you wanted to sturdy it up. I'm not going to for this one, just going to have it in here. But what I will do is I'm going to take some of that purple ribbon, wherever I've put that. Oh, perhaps I've dropped it on the floor now. Oh no, it's beneath my leg now. And then we will just, I think, put some ribbon, or maybe even running down it or something like that, or maybe across the top. Oh, perhaps we'll do that. So yeah, let's just again snip that off, dovetail, and then yep, go across here. Oh, I should really ink it, shouldn't I? Did I ink this piece? I actually can't remember now. Oh, losing track of what I've been doing and what I haven't. So, yep, just go in and ink around. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, they're pretty versatile, like I say. And, you know, the more that you look at them, actually, the more little ideas kind of pop into your mind of what you could use them for, I think. Or, you know, different ways that you could be using them. So, yeah, squish this one. Okay, and then just do the rest of this. Okie dokie. Oops, like that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm not making a good job of anything here. It's because I'm obviously, you know, yeah, sort of packed up and, you know, ready to move out of my house for a week. So I'm kind of like all over the place a little bit. But yeah, something like that, just to, you know, give you kind of some ideas. And yeah, we're going to look at all of these in a minute, you know, and see how they would look on the page. So that's that one. Then another little idea that I thought that you could do is using your acetate. So for example, so I'm just going to take in another, oh, I thought I was going to take in another full-size sheet, but now I'm looking, I don't have another full-size sheet printed on the thicker card. So I'm going to have to use the smaller sheet, which was not actually how I'd planned this, but what you could do is take your pieces. So I'm going to, actually, let's take a different one. Yeah, let's use this sheet here. Again, just cut this down. Like that, okay. And then I think, yeah, cut it kind of like there. Okie dokie. Right, I need to just trim this down because I've not made a very good job of cutting it again. Right, that one. Just cut it down slightly on this side as well. Like that. And then I'm just going to ink around this. Okie dokie. Like that, okay, and in there. And then if you take your acetate, I'm just going to give this a wipe so it's nice and clean. Okay, and then what you can do is just literally stitch around the whole thing. So just take that one down like that. Now, I've left my acetate way, you know, overhanging just whilst I take that to the sewing machine. But, yeah, you would then stitch around it to form your pocket. And then, you know, you could finish it off however you like. I mean, that just happened to be there, obviously, from the last thing that I was doing. But, yeah, I'm not necessarily saying that that's the right piece or anything else. Let me just see whether I've got any that would look good on this. You know, that would look good colour-wise. Definitely not that piece. I mean, that doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Oh, I don't know. Like all these things, we've always got all these billions of things, but never quite what we're looking for at the time, do we? Oh, what's that one? Oh, that's pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah. So, yeah, we could use something like that just on the side there. So, right, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and then I'll be back. So, hold on. Okay, so I'm back from the sewing machine. Now, I also just stitched some lace on there just because, you know, I love the look of lace. So, for me, it just wouldn't look right without it. So, I'm just going to trim the whole thing down like that. Now, the other bonus of, you know, stitching your lace on is if you have problems, you know, gluing your pieces onto the acetate because, you know, it doesn't want to glue on. Obviously, by putting the lace down, it's going to give you a sort of surface to, you know, attach your pieces. So it's just a sort of bit of a, you know, sort of bonus sticking area, I suppose, like that. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that down, just use my 3-in-1 like that. Okay, how gorgeous is that pocket? It just looks so pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, I mean, to be honest, again, I don't really think it even needs anything else, but I mean, obviously if you wanted to put something else on, you could, you know, just put something, you know. Again, I'm bringing in those postage stamps. I still haven't managed to actually use any, but yeah, I mean, that type of thing. And maybe it's, again, you know, the wrong postage stamp, I don't know, but yeah, just things like the postage stamps. You know, I personally don't think it even needs them. I think it looks, you know, super pretty exactly as it is. So let's bring that journal back in and we'll just see how some of these would look on a page. So for example, this pocket here, I mean, how absolutely gorgeous is that pocket? So literally you'd glue this, again, I would glue it probably these 3 sides. So then you'd have, you know, your opening pocket here and an opening pocket there. And that's just beautiful, isn't it? And, you know, just to kind of, again, demonstrate, I mean, you could cut this down, for example, and then, you know, give yourself a journal card. So, you know, if you cut it down sort of here, you'd have, let me just do that quickly whilst we're doing this. So, and I'll just go down on the side as well. Might just be a little bit too deep still, but, you know, just to give you the idea. So, you know, you'd have then a little matching sort of, or, you know, coordinating journal card there with the other pieces. So how gorgeous is that? So that's that one. Then we have got this one, the first one that we did. So again, this is a full height. And you could glue this just top and bottom, so it would be a belly band. You could glue it, you know, 3 sides, make it a pocket. And again, you could have that either on the side, so it is an actual wedge strip, or you could have it, you know, more in the middle. You know, again, either belly band or 3 sides and, you know, a side loading pocket. Either would work really, really well. So that's that one. Then we had this one. So the same sort of concept here. So it's full height, and then you've got your little journal card that just slides into this piece, which is a sort of belly band on potentially what is a belly band, because you could glue it just top and bottom. So you'd have a, you know, pocket behind here, and obviously your, you know, your pocket here. So, you know, super nice. And again, you could have it either glued on the side of the page or in the middle, more like a, you know, belly band style. And then the final one that we did was this one, which again, we did this full height, you know, taking advantage of the larger size pieces. And you've got here a side loading pocket here, and then you'd glue it, you know, 3 sides. So you'd have your side loading pocket here and your side loading pocket there. And, you know, again, you could obviously put this either at the side of the page or, you know, in the middle like a belly band. That was obviously showing them just on a pink page, you know, but I mean, obviously just to give you a couple of ideas. So, you know, that's how that would look on the blue. That one, I mean, yeah, they're just so pretty, aren't they? They look good really on everything. So this journal obviously has got a variety of different papers, but I mean, to show you, that's it on my William Morris papers. This is it on, you know, collage background. I mean, don't they just look gorgeous? So that's it. That's it on the lace background papers. Again, that one on the collage background. That one on the lace. This one just on the lace papers or on the collage. I mean, aren't they just so pretty? That one there on that collage. I mean, literally everywhere where you put them, they look so pretty, don't they? And they've all got, you know, a unique, different look to them. I mean, to be honest, I'm struggling to think which, you know, which paper I actually like them on best. So yeah, let me know below, where do you like them best? You know, what what combination do you like best, and which pocket do you like best? So yeah, let me know below. So I hope you like them. Hope it's given you some ideas, and yeah, have fun if you're going to be playing around with some collage strips. And yeah, hopefully you've got lots of collage strip ideas there. So thank you so much for watching, and have fun. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.